Hey everybody, this is Jeremiah Craig, and I am in the process of moving from Seattle to Boston with my fiance, and I wanted to take the opportunity to test out another pair of boots just to see how they hold up. So I am testing the thin red line boots from Dan Post to see how they manage with the move, stubbing toes, dropping boxes on them, all the good stuff, and then another cross-country road trip in just the Dan Post Thin Red Line. So, let's get into it. This is going to be another epic video. Dan Post Thin Red Lines moves. Let's do it. Okay, so here's how they're looking so far. They look pretty good. They've been wearing in nicely. As you can see, it's starting to break in here. I've had to clean them up a little bit. Been wearing them quite a bit. But I just wanted to do a quick shoot here to show you what they look like before so that we can do a before and after. First one's packed to the gills. Well, we are all packed up, and man, the Dan Post did hold up very well during the load up of the two U-boxes and the truck. Yeah, definitely some new scuffs, but hey, that's what work boots are for. So, it's time to hit the road. All-American Yellowstone experience for these Dan Posts coming up. This is epic, right? I wonder if these boots could handle that much. Wanted to do a little bit of an update on how it's going so far. Dan Posts are holding up well. They are super comfy for driving. Now, I know some of you folks out there who like square toes will completely understand this. These are roomy boots. So when I am driving, I have the space to stretch out my toes so I can do this, right? They are also really sturdy for moving. The wideness of them and the blocky heel is really nice. It provides a level of sturdiness that I am not used to all the time with boots. That said, the gel insole is kind of getting on my nerves. Sort of scrunches up a little bit and wrinkles when I'm trying to move. It's not the best insole that I've ever had, and it's making me long for that hard leather insole again. I was at Waldrug today, and I tried on a pair of old Gringo lizard boots with the hard leather insole, and I realized how much I actually miss that hard leather insole after wearing these Dan Post Thin Red Lines with the gel insole. What do they call it? Cushion comfort, I think is what they call it. So I'm not a huge fan of the insole, I gotta be honest. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with how these are holding up and how comfortable they are for the road trips, minus that gel insole. Made it back to my parents' house. So now it's time to pack up the Buick from traveling in the truck. for so long. So, let's get at it. Now to pack the boots. Look at all these boots. Ha ha. All right, so we made it to Schenectady, New York, and we are headed to a Broadway show tonight. We're gonna see the Book of Mormon. So these thin red lines are gonna be hitting the show circuit tonight. Book of Mormon, here we come. Well, here it is, home sweet home in Boston. All right, so the U-Haul boxes just arrived. Now it's time to unpack them, and of course you know I'm doing it in the thin reds. So as you can see, we're still unpacking here, but I wanted to take a second to talk about how the thin red lines did. And I was wearing these for about a month or a month and a half while I was testing this every day. So I really treated these hard. And a lot of things came out when I was doing that, both good and bad. One thing I noticed is that it's very comfortable to be driving in a wide square toe boot. There's lots of space to spread your toes out. And when you're sitting for 8 hours, 10 hours a day, sometimes even more, and you need to stretch your toes, you really can't do that in some of these medium round toes or snip toe or just regular round toes. You can do that in a broad square toe. It's also a very sturdy boot. It's very wide in both the front and the back. When you're moving things, there's not very much opportunity for you to be wobbling around on your feet or anything. The huge heel, the huge wide heel in the back also makes it very sturdy. It's also not very tall. This is a Stockman heel, so it keeps you firm on the ground, very easy. So I like that about this boot. I don't like how the insole has been holding up. This is Dan Post's Soft Strike, and as you can see, it's already starting to break down. Now, I was wearing these every day for pretty much 2 months, but still, like, a cowboy boot shouldn't be breaking down like this. It should be tough, right? That's one of the reasons why I like cowboy boots, is because they withstand pretty much anything that you can give it. And when I see an insole or a piece of a cowboy boot that just can't handle what I want to use it for, it loses a little bit of value for me. So not a fan of the Soft Strike insole from Dan Post. Another thing that concerns me about this boot is the heel. I don't think it's a stacked leather heel. I think it's a composite of some sort, but it is beginning to crack here and sort of separate along the heel cap in several areas on both boots. But this is the worst example here. As you can see, here's the crack, and I can obviously move it. So that is a concern of mine. As you can see here, it is moving, and anytime you got a crack like that, things are going to get in there and only make this situation worse. So I got to say that I'm happy with how these held up. I like the rubber sole. There was plenty of opportunities for me to slip. I did not. The leather has broken in well too. It's a very comfortable boot to be traveling in. However, the insole and the heel are just something that I'm not super fond of. So YeehawCowboy.com sent me these boots initially to do that first review that I did several months ago now. And if you are interested in getting these boots, I just got set up with an influencer code. That's right. So if you type in JCM10 at checkout on YeehawCowboy.com, you can get this Dan Post, or any other boot for that matter, for 10% off. So these Dan Post Thin Red Line boots have served me well for the move across country. I have several new memories that are attached to them, and I think that's so cool when you have a pair of boots that you wear so frequently during a time in your life that you will remember certain situations when you put them on. So I'm always going to remember my Yellowstone experience in these Dan Post Thin Red Lines, and I think that's so cool. I'm going to continue to wear these. I am going to continue to provide updates on them to let you guys know how they work out. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you like it, I hope you subscribe it, and I hope you comment on what you think of this video and the trip that I made across country in these Thin Red Line boots. Thanks again. My name is Jeremiah Craig. Peace.
Moving in the red lines, wearing them all the time, trying to find all the quality signs. Here's to the thin reds, keeping me upright with good treads, still earning the cred to be a good boot of mine. Yeah. Hey, my name is Jeremiah Craig. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace, everybody.